All right, Annie.
Hi.
Here we are.
It is the kickoff of the 2025-6 Viking season today.
Yeah, that is the song.
That is the song. And they are playing tonight, kicking their season off on Monday Night Football against the Chicago Bears, where Soldier Field, which we were just there last weekend.
Yeah, we were just there. We weren't down there for Labor Day weekend. This is also Monday night, so it's a Monday night football game.
That's right.
So, anyways, so that's why we're all decked out. We're gonna watch it after this, but anyways,
even babies representing the Vikes.
There he is, in full gear. But yes, they were playing the Bears in Chicago at Soldier Field that we just went to Labor Day weekend down there for.
And we're right in the stadium to see two of our favorite bands headlining Oasis, opening Cage the Elephant. And they are two of my all-time favorite bands. And what was funny is Oasis was a mutually loved band when we met, one of the few.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we went down there for that, and it was an epic show. It was something that, I would have been bummed if I missed. I hate saying it like that, but it was something special to see them boys back up there doing their thing.
Yeah.
And sounding like they're young guys.
And cocky as fuck. I mean, they were like they were back then. Maybe a grade lower on the humility side, perhaps.
They were just.
But they like. I don't care if you're a fan or not. They are true rock stars.
Yeah, they are.
And they act like it, sound like it, talk like it, and perform like it. So
pretty sweet.
It was awesome.
Well, yeah, we went down to Chicago and we flew down there the day before the show and then spent a couple days after. So probably just going to tell you a little bit about that because it was kind of interesting that how we viewed this particular trip with Jen being post chemo now, and I know we kind of jump around in the story a little bit, but being post chemo, post surgery, and just us getting older in general, and so it's just kind of an interesting take.
From basically, as mentioned before, the day after Christmas until May 17th, I really wasn't off the couch. I wasn't out of this house, so wasn't moving, wasn't really walking. After post-surgery and the following, really it would have been about 2 months post-surgery that we went on the trip, roughly. And so I had started, getting back active, walking the dog, trying to build up my stamina, trying to work the arthritis out of my joints.
Trying to see, kind of like you were trying to build up to I know this is going to be grueling. Yeah. So it's like, let's start to get the whole system moving. And
yeah, because our whole trip was around the show. That's the only, if I wouldn't have been able to make it, around and sightsee or whatever the hell, and we'd been there many times between us, but never together. And I would have considered it a successful trip because we wanted to see the show. But we, of course, planned that I would endure, and because we didn't rent a car, we got a hotel within walking distance, within a mile or so of the stadium. And so it's like, well, let's just hit the pavement and see how we do. And so,
but like you were saying that you were not moving around for such a long time, and after surgery, after chemo, after everything, this happens in the winter during you know, a lot of it was during crappy weather, so it wasn't like
There was an opportunity to get
until a
outside.
long time as well. So
What got me was my arthritis, which was
which you,
troublesome just simply because I know I have it. I've had it. I've had surgery on my fingers. I've had my knees. I had just had my knees shot up with cortisone the day before surgery, but that's not working anymore. And I knew that right shortly after I
yeah.
got the shot. Usually, like the first couple of times I got it, it lasted 3 years. So I'm like, this is sweet. I cannot have invasive surgery ever unless it's life saving, hence the surgery to remove my breasts. So they're not going to ever replace my knees.
And that's due to the risk of infection and
the immunosuppression
so
from the transplants.
that's why.
Basically, my arthritis kicked my ass. That was the one thing that really got in the way, if anything did. But it didn't.
No, I wouldn't say it got in the way, but it was interesting to see because like your stamina was pretty good considering, right? I mean, as good as mine.
Laying around for 9 months.
I know, so it's walking around is you having to use your joints, get the energy to do it, but the joints aren't cutting it. But you did great though. I mean, you didn't do bad at all. I mean, we didn't. Let's put it this way: it didn't stop us from doing anything we decided to do.
Correct.
So it never was like we were going to do that, but your arthritis. No. So the only thing I think we ever did was just we didn't
walk
go
around. Our travel day, our departing travel day got messed up badly.
Should I give it a quick rundown of what the travel was to get there? I think I can
If
do
you'd
it.
like to.
So just to give this a quick rundown, and I'm not going to get everything perfect, so there's no need to. That's kind of where I was going with that. But so to fly, that we got these, Jen got these tickets that were really good deals, and we had to fly. So we had to get IDs, which you have to get the real ID in the state of Minnesota. And so we went to go get those, but the whole process of getting that with all of our documentation that we went and did, they denied us. Then informed us, even if we got it, it would be 6 months to get, at least, something like that.
Or 6 weeks. It
was 3 to 6 months.
6 months, yeah.
So 3 to 6 months of that, and then basically she said you can try to get a passport at next door. So she just said, try to get a passport, or whatever. So we go over there to get a passport. We have some run around. They were great. They were fantastic. Folks, I think you've talked about what's her name there before. Alex. Roseville, Minnesota. Awesome, and Jen. Did a fantastic job. Got our stuff. We had some more run around to do. So we're doing all this. This is a day off of work for me. Run around, get the IDs just so we can fly. Right before we're going to fly, Jen checks the...
I wanted to make sure we had the concert tickets, the
flight
hotel,
tickets,
and the flights.
Everything. And she notices that the
flights were pending.
Not paid. She already has been charged. So now you want to talk about the flight?
Well, basically what happened is I had gotten super prices to fly Southwest to Chicago. It's an hour flight from here. So I immediately called and I'm like, what's up with pending? What does that mean? And they're like, well, you're on the wait list for those tickets. And I'm like, what does that mean? Because you've taken my money and confirmed the seats were picked. Sorry, that's a wait list or whatever. So it's like I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole because it's a week away. We need to get there, and we're not driving. And so she rebooked us.
Yeah, because they wouldn't give you the money back anyways.
Yeah, they weren't going to give me the money back unless I booked through them. So we got moved over to United, which I had never flown. And nothing bad against United, but it was a shit show. It just doubled our budget, which wasn't expected. I'm not working, I'm on leave. So it just sucked. But we got it straightened out and we got our flight. So we got early flights so we can have that day, the day before the concert, to mess around in Chicago.
So we got up super early with the pre-check-in that MSP had that Jen found. So we got up early, 5 a.m. We were there at 6. It was a check-in at 6:30 to get to our flight that we're supposed to fly out at, what, like 7:30?
7, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
We get there, it's delayed.
Yeah.
And
He's fine.
it's delayed. And we're thinking, like, well, what do we do? Do we hang out? How long is it delayed for? It's delayed for, like, a period of time. It gets delayed again. Now we're stuck. They say we can go on standby. We try to do a standby. That doesn't work. We try standby again. That one doesn't work. Finally, the third flight.
Yep. Yeah. So our flight gets delayed because they need a battery for the flight that had to be flown in from Kentucky. So that we're waiting for that. So we try to get on standby for like the 8 o'clock flight or 8:30 flight, and we don't make it. So then they had another flight going out around 11:30. Our 7 a.m. flight was delayed until 12:30. So living 10 minutes from the airport, all morning we talked about, should we just go home? I mean, we can come back and it's like, to go through security again, blah, blah. So we decided just to hang out in the library, or in the airport.
You guys know that famous MSP airport library. Just make sure you return it.
Yeah. And so we didn't make our first what's it called? Standing room only. Standby. Then we got on the next one, which was flying out at 11:30. But all of a sudden, the part came, and they started loading our flight. So we were like...
We didn't get on the second one at all.
No, but we didn't get on the second standby. So we were heading out at 12:30 as planned, but they started loading our flight, our original morning flight, at the same time as that 11 o'clock flight.
Yeah, they did.
And so there were 2 flights to Chicago leaving MSP. They started loading at the same time. Our flight ended up being delayed 3 hours. And that was fine, whatever. We got on there, made it to O'Hare, jumped on the train, and was downtown. And we walked over to our hotel, which was great. And a couple blocks, whatever, easy peasy. We go in, and they give us our keys, and we go up, and Jason's like, I gotta pee. And so he goes in there, and there's excrement in there. And it's like, what the hell?
It's like, really?
It's like...
Seriously? So we complain, like, yeah, well, this is what's going on. They come down, get a new room. I go, okay. So go all the way down, get another room in a different wing, finally get up to the room, and by the time we actually get into the room that we stayed in, by the time we were done, like, just getting settled in and everything, we've been up for, it was 12, what was it? 12 hours.
It was like 12 hours when we decided, let's go take a walk in Chicago.
Because we just got there.
Yeah. And the whole day was kind of wasted, but... we got there, and we got there safe. It was a great day. We went and walked around, and then we ordered a pizza for the room. I mean, at that point, my knees were kind of like, was the first indication. Oh my gosh. In hindsight, I should have brought different shoes, more shoes, just different, better shoes. But
it had a pretty cool ending to the night, though.
Yeah.
Remember? Because we went out, and we went across to... Was it Grant Park?
Yes.
Grant Park, where the Buckingham Fountain is. We stayed right across the street. So we were out there and taking pictures.
Free fireworks from Navy Pier.
It was fun. And we go back and we're kind of hungry. And Jen's like, I really want something to eat. Let's try the bar in the hotel to see if they have a bar menu, some finger food.
When we went into the bar, are you serving food? And I mean, and granted, it was probably 9:30. Maybe 10 o'clock at night. And he was like, you got to go over and talk to the restaurant. So we go over there, and there was one table with a couple people. And so I just said, hey, I'm so sorry to interrupt. Are they open? Because there was like no staff. It just looked
Looked
closed.
yeah.
And they're like, I don't know. Anyway, the lady came. You could tell they were trying to close. Somehow cancer came up, and probably because I took my hat off or something. I don't know. But she's like, my mother is a cancer survivor. And it was really a really cool moment, though, because it wasn't planned. I had no intention of talking about it, but somehow it just sort of, the spirit kind of brought it up, and we shared a really, really nice moment. And we hugged, and I said, you know what, I'm going to say a prayer for your mother. And she's like, we will pray for you, and it was just really beautiful. We ended up back in the room after I ate the Caesar salad. But it was such a beautiful moment, though. And we had a cool view from our room, so we have 100 pictures of just out our window. The same one, we could see the Sears
Like I
Tower.
never saw a building before.
Yeah, it was crazy. But so we went to bed and we crashed hard.
Yeah. So that was the first night. And then we got up the next day and we just went out and we tooled around.
Yeah, we just went down to the river, went down to Trump Tower, we got trapped underground.
Yeah, I don't know how we did that, but we did.
We really did. And it was like,
we were walking straight down a street, where you could see things that looked normal. And the next thing you know, we're underground.
We're like in...
We don't know how we got there.
And what's more crazy, though, is it wasn't meant for pedestrians in any way. Cars were whipping around. We didn't even know. We're like, actually, what we were doing was looking for a fire station.
Yes, we were.
And so we followed Google Maps or whatever. And
it was.
And it led us into the bowels of Chicago, where there's like fast moving traffic, like this much sidewalk, no doors, no stairs, no exit, I mean, it was scary.
You ever see one of those like old, cold, dirty looking cop movies that are in some underground alley in like Chicago? Yeah, that was what it was like. It was like grungy, gross.
It was It was
it was
creepy.
pretty nasty. But
I mean, the sun was out. We could see it wasn't nighttime, so we knew we weren't going to get attacked by anything crazy. Just kidding. That's a total movie joke. Because people are like, oh, they do film movies. Cause
right where we were, yeah. They were like, yeah, this is, that was probably where like Batman or, they were saying,
right.
Batman was down
there. They were
there.
talking, because we were, of course, then we had to ask people, what is that underground cavern with traffic and trucks and weird, it's like underneath all the hotels and anyway.
Yeah, and it wasn't just underneath like the L, or it wasn't like you're just, hey, we walked underneath an overpass. It was like, it was a straight road that ended up being underground somewhere, and we didn't know where to go, so we walked around. It was very odd.
It was really weird, and we finally found a rickety old wooden staircase.
It wasn't wooden.
I swear it was wooden.
It wasn't.
Anyway, we finally got it back up in the light, and I'm like, I need a matcha.
Yeah. You're like, let's go.
We got to find a Starbucks, which isn't hard to do in Chicago.
Talk about your age difference in a vacation. You know what I mean? It's like you got out of there most, like 20 years ago, you'd be like, I need a drink. It came out and you're like, I need a matcha.
Yeah, I really was.
I need something. I need something.
I need something to give me nutrients. And
that's funny.
And then when we were in there, we were just talking to the barista, and he was like, I'm like, you wouldn't even believe it. We got trapped in the bowels of your city. Or something. I made it all dramatic.
She sure did.
And he's the one who told us.
Yeah,
he's like, have you ever seen Batman Dark Knight? Or
yeah, one of them.
One of them was filmed, and that's where they did a lot of the Batmobile crazy scenes, apparently.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what Batman it was, but yeah, they were like the Batmobile scenes or something. Anyways, so we didn't see him down there when we were there, so it's kind of hearsay if he's real. But
Anyway, but yeah, and that brings the other topic that, now that Jason's been sober for 6 years, coming in
October.
October, and me not drinking because of cancer, it was weird. I mean, it wasn't weird, but it was really enlightening how we would have just been, my whole thing when I travel, whether it's with him, with my son, with people, friends, whatever, is I got to find the Irish bar. I got to go have a drink at the Irish bar where we're at. And we did do that. But what's crazy is this time around, what a change from the last time we traveled.
Not the last time, but yeah, previous travels. The last time we went to Seattle.
Right.
You know.
For another cool concert.
Yeah.
It was just different because we're not looking for the fun bars. We instead found some really cool, like family, right in downtown, like family. I call it the.
You talk about the restaurant?
Yeah, like just all of them. We weren't on a drinking mission.
Yeah, that's actually a different day. Just from where we were.
I'm just talking in general. The trip, we never went to have a drink.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
I had 2 drinks
and I gotta
the
tell
whole
you,
time I was there.
And I got to tell you.
That weren't real drinks.
I don't even think of it, to be honest. I didn't even think of it.
That's excellent.
Like, I didn't miss it. It wasn't like, this would be cool if. No. It was just perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But it's also, you're getting older. It's like, what are you going to do? Spend a lot of money to go down there and just get drunk in a bar or something like that. But for us, it was like, no, we were enjoying each other, looking at the stuff that was there and hanging out. And
we were laughing.
Oh, we were having a great time.
Just ridiculous. Yeah. Every night and every day, it was hilarious. For our first 2 days, the day we got there and the day of our concert, the whole city was in Oasis shit. The next day, everybody was some still in Oasis gear.
Oh, yeah.
But My Chemical Romance was everywhere.
Yeah, they started to bleed into so there's still Oasis people. Then there's all these My Chemical Romance people coming in. Because everyone's kind of geared up, so everyone's wearing their shirts and their bucket hats for Oasis, and everyone has a red tie on, and like eyeliner, and like fishnets or like something. I don't know.
Yeah, the crowd just flipped each day, like on Michigan Avenue. It's like they were all coming in, and that was fun because it's like all of the people downtown in all these band gears were not from there. I mean, maybe some of them were, of course, but
they weren't.
They were in the hotels.
People from there don't dress up in their favorite band and hang around downtown.
Right.
I mean, maybe they do, maybe they don't, but I'm pretty sure just based on staying in a hotel and seeing everyone kind of in the hotel doing the same thing the city was, kind of fluctuating the band look, Because it was just like, yep, okay, I guess today's this band. We did see a guy, though, that had a First Avenue shirt on.
That's right.
Pretty cool. And he was in our hotel, and he was walking down the hall. And we'd pointed out, and we were like, First Ave. And he was like, he got really happy that either
someone recognized
it, or maybe he was from Minnesota. I don't know. We
and
never
then
talked
that
to him.
same dude the next day had like a Prince shirt on, or like or somebody had a Prince shirt on, and it was like, yo,
yeah,
Yeah,
we saw some cool. There's a kid wearing a Vikes shirt down there.
Yeah, and of course I was like, go Vikes! I'm like, yeah.
Scared the shit out of that kid. That kid just has a shirt on. He has no idea what's going on. He has a traumatic life now. No, that was cool though, because that was on the Riverwalk when we were walking around. So we did a lot of that walking around, but
we didn't pay for anything. We talked about a dinner boat or an architect boat. We're like, let's just go hoof it. And then luckily I have family there. And so we got to spend Saturday at a Lithuanian museum, which is where my mother's family is from, at least my grandmother's side.
And the lady tried to sell us a vacation right away.
Yes.
Like airline tickets. Like, I got them here now. You guys want to leave? It's ready. It really
Just come
wasn't.
out back.
Yeah, I mean, she really was pushing it, but she was just excited to talk
I
about
had
it.
moved on. I had ditched the whole scene. There was a little dude. I don't
Little
know.
dude.
Well, the dude
There's a young man. He's probably like 20.
doing the tour of the thing.
He
And
was knowledgeable, man. He was
he
cool.
was good. He was really good at his
He
job,
was
but I needed to go on my own pace.
He was super nice. He was super cool, but he was kind of, his look, kind of normal, but he was kind of dressed like a Lithuanian Grateful Dead fan. He was cool. He knew a lot of
Yeah, he
stuff
knew
about Lithuania. He was actually good at what he did.
That was one of my highlights, after, of course, after the thing. And then we went over to my cousin's house, Maria and Steve. Thank you for having us. They cooked us dinner. We got to chill. We got to kind of get out of the
Steve
city.
made flat, was it, what do you call it? Grill bread? I don't know what he
Grill
made.
bread.
We fell in love with that. That was fabulous.
Yeah, and then he barbecued ribs and salad. I mean, they made a real Sunday dinner. So they invited us to have dinner with them and Nina, and Maria. I just cannot speak enough about the generosity. Not only did they come and pick us up we could have jumped on a train and met them and they could have picked us up four blocks from their train station.
Yeah, because we're right down in the middle of downtown, in the middle of it. And, well, what seems like the middle of it to us. Anyways, and they live in Chicago, but they live a good distance. And to travel through it and come down, and it's Labor Day weekend on the weekend, and they came down.
Grabbed us.
To get us. Without any hesitation, just came down and said, yep, we'll pick you up. That was pretty.
It was wonderful. Then they took us back. They're like, you can stay here. We'll take you to the the airport in the morning. And that's the other part we got fucked, was on the return flights. They put us at like a 6 a.m. flight.
Sure did.
And it was like, you assholes, because I had a late afternoon flight so we could go to breakfast and kind of say goodbye to the city.
Yeah, what you planned was super cool and gave us the most bang for the buck being there and all the time. So yeah, your original plan was awesome.
Thank you, honey. Not only did she bring us back in that evening, showed up at 5 a.m. to take us to O'Hare.
Yeah, my recollection was, okay, I can give you a ride in the morning when she's dropping us off after picking us up, taking us around all day, giving us dinner, and then bringing us back. She's like, yep, I can give you a ride. Jen's like, we're both like, but Jen's, obviously very, like, no, thank you. No, no, you don't really have to. We're really close. We got it. Okay, I'll be here at this time.
Yeah, she would not take no for an answer.
I was like, you really don't have to.
I'm like,
then she texted you. I was like, I'll be there at blank.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Pretty awesome.
So thank you, Maria and Steve, for
you guys were fantastic.
You rock.
Are fantastic.
Yes.
And always will be.
That's right.
Yeah.
So our trip was awesome
and
had a little hiccups here and there, but I'll tell you, it really helped us make a determination for future. We both been to Chicago a couple of different times, many times, whatever. And it's like, we don't need to come back here unless we're coming for something.
I kind of took it away as like, we don't need to do that kind of trip. Like you said, we don't have to go there to see Chicago.
To see downtown anyway.
Yeah. I guess I just caught on to that. That's what you're saying. Thanks, sorry.
Yeah, like walking, and we don't. If we're gonna take a walking vacation, we'll go back to our first love, New Orleans.
Yeah.
Or Savannah, or like real different walking places. But like Chicago, it's close enough where if you get a chance to go, you might go. I'd go. Like, I might be back.
We can't do, or I know I can't do like the walking. Like, all right, it's only 6 blocks. We're walking 6 blocks there, 6 blocks back, and it's like, so it's kind of like, and go there, and it may or may not be what you wanted to do, and just so now it's kind of more like, well, I know where I want to go, and I want to do things, and I will get a ride there.
Right.
Or, I mean, maybe walking could be it, but that was the majority of what we did.
Oh, yeah, we didn't have a car.
We just hoofed
We
it.
just hoofed it all over, and it was fine. It was good. But I know that I'm not going on any hikes, and I'm not going on a adventurous vacation because my knees are shot, and then I think it spread into my ankles. Arthritic ankles, is that a thing? But like I was really struggling, and my body's been through a lot this year. While the arthritis is nothing new, it just kind of opened my eyes that is something that's going to affect me.
But I think that you prove the fact that push comes to shove. Could you do that still? Is it enjoyable? Not at all. Is it worth it? No.
No, because
you don't really need to do it now. That kind of a vacation.
So it was a really good trip. And in his back, he's got some back issues, and we're getting older.
I'm kind of done with like trying to be a wild person, and like we said earlier, like the bars are no longer a thing. I don't drink, and
I don't really either.
I think we did great, and I think that really you were kind of the saving grace in that weekend, having to bear the most pain and make it work, and didn't let it hinder anything.
Here's a funny ending to this, though. When we went to Savannah for our honeymoon, on the day we flew out, Jason was sick, like barf sick.
Yeah, on the airplane, gross.
Yeah, before we even took off, and when we got to town, and the next day I was sick, and I was bedridden by that point.
You didn't have the pukes though, but you were not getting out of bed.
I was sick. CVS knew us by name by the end of that trip.
Yeah, we love it there.
So we get to Chicago. After we saw the fireworks, I'm like, I'm not going to make it. I needed medication for arthritis. So we hiked it down there. I got acetaminophen arthritis. We went there almost every day.
All in all, great.
It was fucking awesome.
Great vacation.
An awesome show.
Awesome show. Everyone was cool. The show was fantastic. The people that sat around us were cool. The seats were fantastic.
Awesome seats.
I just thought it was great.
That was great. But yeah, so CVS is like our home away from home, which I always laugh about, and I have to talk about it every time we go travel and end up at a CVS, is that neither one of us use CVS here. Our prescriptions aren't there. It's just funny that it's when we're out of town, it's CVS. I just think it's hilarious.
That's right. Should be sponsored by CVS.
That's right. But anyway, so we had a great time, and sorry oh shit, we gotta go. Kick off. Go Vikes.
All right.
We love you. The Lord loves you. We will be back next time. Thank you for listening about our trip. Go Vikes!
Go Vikes!